Yes, YouTube. Hey, I meant what I did say. Y'all got to stop being in competition with people, okay? It's too much stuff going on out here in this world. It's too much stuff. It's too much money to be made. It's too much a lot. And there should be no reason why you out here hating on anybody, period. You could be going out there getting money. Just like I sit around and I talk about growth and I help people on TikTok grow and build on there. People could be doing that. People just don't want to. You could be doing stuff right now on platforms and apps, getting money. You just have to get out there and want to do it for yourself. If you don't want to do it, what makes you think other people, you know? So it's like, show motherfuckers why they need to do what they need to do. Get out there, do your thing, and work it how you work it, okay? But stop trying to be in competition with the next person because that's not gonna make it better. Excuse me. You want to be in competition. You want to show up just like that person as you see that's probably elevating and doing good. That's not going to work. You have to learn from experience. Where I'm at, I'm going through that experience too, so I can learn from it. A lot of people are not wanting to learn from their experience. You have to learn from it. Once you learn from it, move, elevate, and talk to God to position you to where you need to be. But don't sit around and hate on nobody. Hate ain't gonna get you nowhere in this world. It's too much money out here to be made to be trying to sit around and hate on somebody just because you mad at what they got going on or you mad to see that they doing this. Do what you need to do. Stop hating on the next person and wanting to be just like that person. Because at the end of the day, people that hate ain't got nothing else better to do in their life but sit around and hate. Hey, y'all, hey, you don't have to hate. Well, it's afternoon over here, but happy Tuesday to everybody. Y'all keep being who y'all have to be. Like I said before, you don't have to be in competition with nobody. You don't got to do none of that. Show up and be who you're going to be at the end of the day. People might not like you for who you're going to be, but it don't matter. As long as you speak up and be real and stand in the paint for who you going to be and what you are and what you serving, that's all that matters. No, I'm nowhere near New York City. I'm down here in Florida, y'all. But just show up and do what you got to do. I got to get my nails done for real. I really don't be caring about it though. But I do be needing to get my nails done. But yeah, just show up for who you going to show up for and do what you got to do. Are you, crazy question, am I homeless? Yes, I am. And I do stay in my car. That right there is just a crazy question. If anybody would know that, they would know the simple fact that if you see what I got going on, that just wouldn't make any sense to ask somebody that question, would it? Are you? But yes, just don't be in competition with nobody. Be who you're gonna be. Stand in the paint and be real at the end of the day. People out here wanting to just hate and be in competition with the next person, and that's not what it's gonna be. Show up, be grounded, be at peace. Because at the end of the day, this life is going to be what it's going to be. A lot of people are scared to speak from their experiences and what it is that they're going through, or they're scared to show up for what it is that they're showing up for. Don't be scared, okay? Continue showing up for, oh, it's your first time seeing the page. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I am. Right now, I am living in my car. I've been going through it for a little minute now, but I don't really document that. I spoke on it a little bit, but I don't really document that. I speak more about my TikTok and what I got going on and what I'm going on there, what I'm building, how I'm doing that and stuff like that. But like I say, get out there and speak from your experience. Don't be scared. A lot of let me get you out of my that's not what we gonna do. Don't come in here just putting crazy stuff that don't make no difference in the comments, cuz we don't do that. All right. Okay. So yes. Don't come that's right there, like you got, once I get where I know I'm going to be getting my real loyal moderators, my people that I see that's coming in, doing what they got to do, showing up. I'm watching, I'm looking out, I'm doing that, because one thing about it, y'all got to stop sitting up here looking for different handouts. Okay, everybody don't understand that it's so much money out here to be made. You don't have to be sitting up here hating on the next person. Get out there, make your money, get your bag, do it how you gonna do it. Hey y'all, I see y'all coming in. Don't be scared to say hey. But get out there, make your bag, do what you gonna do at the end of the day, okay? How the hell, how the hell do you? Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't the same person, because like I say, I gotta get some moderators on here. I'm gonna probably start off with maybe one or two people first that I know is really gonna be my real true people, because I need some people to just probably be in the comments, just making sure they keep up with stuff like this, because I'm trying to make sure these people that's not making no sense in these comments, I need to make sure it's reported, it's removed, it's blocked out at the end of the day. But like I said, y'all got to speak from experience. Stop being afraid and scared to speak from your experience, what you got going on, who you is, the person that you are becoming, and what you are elevating to, okay? Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. People like me going through stuff. A lot of people that you may be surprised may be in your same exact situation right now, and you sitting around being scared to speak on it because of what? Why? Don't be scared. Stand up, be real, be true to yourself, and speak whatever it is you're going through. Don't sit around and be afraid, because a lot of people are afraid that they're going through certain stuff. They don't want to show up. They don't. I have turned a lot of stuff that I'm going through into different stuff. I'm teaching now, I'm getting on, and I'm doing stuff. That's why I say I'm coming on here and I'm talking about a lot of different stuff, real stuff, my shorts. It's a lot, so I want y'all to really get in tune with what it is. Speak from your experience, learn from me, from what I'm showing and what I'm going through in this little journey of mine. Hey y'all, hey, yeah. If you say some crazy stuff in the comments, I just want you to know I don't be reading. I'm not going to reply to it or read it, because that's just negative stuff. I don't do none of the negative. And like I say, that's just one thing right there. The negativity, you got to block it out. Remove it. Go on from it, because that's not going to make it better. But speak from your experience. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. A lot of people, you may be surprised going through what you going through, your same thing, feeling how you feeling. You just can't be afraid. Don't be scared. You know, get out there, speak it, be real in it. Don't be afraid. I see a lot of stuff out here where a lot of people wanting to sit. Don't. If you see from what I got going on my TikTok, I'm growing. I'm learning a lot of new different stuff while I'm building and I'm doing my different things. And I like to teach people about what it is, what it may come to be. But you got the vision. See what it is for yourself, what it is that you want out there. Sorry, y'all, for the noise. But I got to do something to this hair. Y'all, I don't even know. I have this wig that I got on TikTok, but I'm thinking about putting it on. I may not. But yeah, I'm just coming on here for a little bit. I'm just doing a little something on here, coming, building my little true people. Once we get where I know we gonna keep building. I don't want to do TikTok live because that's not my speed. That's not what I prefer. Because a lot of people have went through different stuff on TikTok live that a lot of people don't speak on. It's a lot of scammers, a lot of people out there that's not really being real on TikTok live about their stuff. They're putting stuff on there that's not really true, and they're misleading a lot of people. It's okay to build and do what you're gonna do on your TikTok and grow, but don't get into the misleading, the misled, all that. Do not get into that on TikTok, because once you get into it, that's just gonna build your page, build your brand, how you're gonna do that. Do it how you're gonna do it. Be that person. However you wanna do it, just do that. You cannot sit up here and let these people on TikTok mislead you. Because that's where I started off first, growing and building with that, with the engagement. I believe it was just a little trend or whatever. So that's why I say, don't let that stuff, on TikTok mislead you. You get on your page, you build, you do it how you gonna do it. If you want to do the affiliate, do that too. If you want to talk to people like this, get on live, do that. But do not be on live on your TikTok, whatever platform live, either way, because it might not just be on TikTok. It may be on here. It may be on YouTube. Don't be on there scamming people, because I remember my story. People like me getting on, seeing a lot of people doing stuff like that. You cannot get on these apps, on these platforms doing that. And I believe that they're starting to copyright people like that, anyways, that's doing it. So just don't do it. Be yourself. Come on, build your brain. Do what it is that you're going to do, okay? So, yeah. Oh, I didn't even see that. Spreading the gospel just when you think it's over, God will make a way for you. I know that's right. Amen. Now that was just, that right there was just a blessing. Now I'm going to pin that to the top, because that right there, that's why I say spreading the gospel just when you think it's over, and that's it. Speak it, amen. Because that right there just shows you got to get out there and speak to people. Spread that word, be that voice, and be that chosen one that God wants you to be. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. That's why I say speak from your experience. Speak from what it is that you go through. You don't have to get on here and tell a lot of people your stuff. Don't do that. Don't get on here and just spread everything. But you can tell what your experience is, what your journey, what you make and relate to certain things on whatever situation you want to feel comfortable with telling, okay? But that right there, spreading the gospel just when you think it's over, God will make a way for you. God always makes a way. Even when you don't think it's a way, it's a way. The way will be the way. You just got to go through whatever that way is. It's not gonna be easy, it's not gonna be hard. But that's why I like to come on here and speak. I be real. I just said in my other last live, stop hating. Y'all have to get no stop getting on here hating. That ties into trying to compete with other people. Once you get all that hate and all that hatred and stuff that's in your bloodstream, and you start to feel like that, you tend to want to grasp and start seeing people and wanting to compare and contract. No, you cannot do that. You cannot compare to one another person's journey and what their purpose is. Be who you're gonna be yourself, and stay in the paint for that. God will make a way for those way that want to be seen through whatever that way is. And that's just being 100% honest. I'm not going to be on here for a long time, but I'm just on here for a little bit. But I'm really just speaking some real stuff, wanting y'all to know what's really going on. Um, so, yeah, spreading the gospel is definitely, I like that. You have to definitely get out there and speak from your experience. Stop being afraid, stop being scared, stop not wanting to get out there and be who you're going to be as a real person. At the end of the day, God made you who you are. God made you who you are. Forget the people from the past. Forget all that stuff that's not getting you to the better person that you need to be right now today. So thank y'all for the ones that liked up the live and stuff. And I'm pretty sure the ones that came in and did look comments, like I say, I won't be replying to none of the negative comments that don't have anything to do with positive. What we're building is positive stuff. Down the line, I'm going to be coming on here doing little topics, maybe dropping little gems and stuff here about TikTok stuff that I'm learning and stuff like that. I'm just going to have different stuff, and I'm going to do these things with y'all for sure, because excuse me, Not every TikTok I have is going to be based up know what it is, even though I'm not going to come on here until I get everything packed down with what I've learned and took so far, so I can make sure I'm giving what I can give, because later on down the line I got other stuff coming down that I'm not gonna let y'all know about. So just stay into tune, stay up to date, know what's going on, because I got a lot of stuff that I'm putting a lot of people on as I grow and as I build, even for the haters out there. Y'all can come here and learn too. It's not gonna be a lot for the people that's lurk. For the people that lurk, that do all that, y'all can come and get some money too. Jump on the bandwagon. Don't be scared. I'm coming out because I love that the fact that I can be real with myself. I could be real with people. I could be real with myself. And some people just can't do that. They too busy wanting to charge. No, I'm growing right now. Like I say, later down the line, I do have a lot of different stuff that I'm going to be doing and changing and speeding up when it comes down to that. But right now, I'm just more focused on getting the little stuff right here that I have to get done with on my YouTube, man. Once we get it like that, that's just what it's gonna be. So yeah, today is a good little day. I can't cold and stuff, so that's another thing that's just been getting to me, the cold weather, and hot and stuff. So that's why I say it's wishy washy. But that's what I got going on, y'all. Um, I'm just coming on here little by little, building, letting y'all see me. Y'all come in, y'all talk, y'all can sit, whatever. This is something new for me. So as this be something new for me, it could be something new for y'all that y'all learn and watch too and see. Whoever. Y'all don't be afraid. Get out there and do what you gonna do and stand in the paint with being who you gonna be at the end of the day. Show up, be real, be grounded, and be who you gonna be. Excuse me, y'all. Yes, let me unpin that though. But I really did like that though. That really it made some type of sense to what I had going on, and that's crazy. That's why I say I sometimes don't read the comments, but sometimes I look at it and see. If I'm too busy talking, I'm not finna read to sit there and look. But y'all, it's just a lot that y'all really could do. So much stuff and so much money that could be made. So much. Stop hating. Stop wanting to compete. Stop wanting to be like that other person. Just be who you gonna be. Speak your experience. Some people, they are scared, but that's okay. Because it's people like me that aren't, and that's gonna get out there and speak up for the ones that is. And let y'all see that you can go through, get through, and wait through whatever it is. I'm really, really, really hungry. I'm just trying to think. What somebody said, I don't like jobs that don't pay. Oh my God. Lord Jesus, now that I'm looking at these comments, that's why I say, I'm looking at these comments now, and this is what I say, Lord. People on here, they will say some of the craziest stuff. You have to just literally sit there and let these people say what they gonna say on here. Sometimes it don't make no sense. Sometimes it will probably never make sense. Just, hey, let these people talk and see what they gonna say. Some people, they come in, they say, hey, that's good. That's why I say I'm a down to earth, real type of person. You come in, you speak, I see it, I'ma say, hey, throw something back at you or whatever like that, and do that. But that's just the real that I have. I've been coming on here for probably like a couple minutes throughout the day, maybe 20, 30 minutes. I may start coming on here more, just to start building and stuff like that, which y'all already am. That's why I'm liking that y'all coming in and show the love that you can show. At the end of the day, we gotta start getting out there and helping one another. Cause I remember I was always doing it. And I'm still going, that's why I say don't let just because people hating and whatever you got going on stop you from going out there and still supporting and showing, love here and there now. Don't just, but still do your little doo-doos, your do-to-doos, whatever they say, I guess. So I just got to build, keep building, keep going. It's not gonna be easy. I never said it was. The more I keep growing, y'all gonna be already coming with me on this growth journey. We done on this growth journey. But I really did like what that comment says, spreading the gospel. Spreading the gospel when you think it's over, God will make a way for you. That's just, you know, that's just always a blessing. And people got to see. If you don't know what that means, you're not in tune with your higher power or God, period, whoever it is that deep down you say, you ain't gonna know what that means. But yeah, y'all, I'm just coming on here for a little bit. I don't have really pretty much nothing else to really talk about. I was talking about that, not being in competition and stuff. Sometimes I'd be staring out of space. But that is true. Just don't be in competition. Be with yourself. Stay true to who you is. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. Mm-mm. And to my real people that come in and y'all support me, y'all already know. I don't even be having to say no more. I love y'all. Like, thank y'all for the people that came in. Even if it was three, one, two, none. That's still a thankful that people could come in. That's why I'm showing people that you're building off live. When you're building off live and you don't have that many people that's coming in, watching you, sitting, tuning in, that's fine. You have to keep building still, regardless at the end of the day. Then people, whoever they is, wherever they at, they're gonna come in and they gonna see, the person that you is, the real ones. They gonna connect with you, they gonna follow you, they gonna do all that. And that's why I say I wanted to do YouTube live instead of TikTok, because that's what I prefer to do. And a lot of bitches, they gonna try to take that shit anyways, because people don't like to try to stick with their own type of stilo. They want to try to bite off the next person. Oh, she did this, let me go see what's working better over there. No, it don't have to be like that. Be who you're gonna be. Be your own person. Find your own stilo. Okay. I went through my experience, so that's why I can speak on and say certain stuff about TikTok Live and why I feel the certain way that I feel about TikTok Live, because it's true. TikTok Live is like that. I used to go in and drop gems after gems after gems to different creators and TikTok Live hosts, and it's like, people don't see that. They just be wanting to see you know, and it's like, that's fine. Now that I'm starting my own live on something else, I want to see my just real community people. When they come in, they gonna come in, and y'all, we gonna show up and we gonna show out. I'm gonna be real down to earth. If y'all wanna ask me certain questions, y'all can ask me. I'm not a person that want to hate or sit around and do none of that. That's why I always speak the real stuff to people, because I want people to know the real stuff. Be real with yourself. That's what's gonna always matter and stand. So yes, I'm really still learning a lot about YouTube Live, all that period. So I'm seeing, I guess, right now with the membership stuff, it's certain stuff. So I have to get to, and we gonna keep building. That's why I say keep going live, keep doing it. But I am seeing a lot of y'all, that's why I'm speaking, because a lot of people, they hating. They don't want to see you on these platforms winning. They rather scroll past and not even give your post or nothing a like at least. And it's like, this is why I speak from my experience for what I go through and what I have going on, because I want people to see this is what you go through. You're going to go through that phase of people, and then once you get through it, you're going to see, and it's going to all make sense. So, yes, I've probably been on here for a good little 30 minutes. Knowing me, I might get off soon, but I've been on here for a minute, and I do want to start going live like for like a long, long time with y'all, and just sitting on here with y'all and going live for like a long, long time. Y'all gonna be like, what is she even doing? But I probably am finna get off here, y'all. I'm gonna probably hop back on just a little later, and I might probably hop back on just a little later. Once I start going live a little bit more, y'all, I guess for a longer time, I'm gonna start seeing the people coming in more and sit more and stuff like that. So that's why I say I'm gonna go live for just a little bit. Those are probably later on. But right now, I'm getting a little tired. I'm probably gonna hop off and chill. See y'all later. Thank y'all for liking, and thank y'all for coming in and supporting and talking like y'all did. I see y'all.